Hi, I'm Joe, and in this video I'm going to go over some of the highest paying jobs in the future. Before we get into the video, if you're a subscriber, I'm very sorry for not uploading on Thursday. I could have rushed it and uploaded one, but I thought, nah, let's take time and actually upload a good quality video. Because at the end of the day, that's the whole point, to provide good content and a good video for you guys to watch. So that's that. Now, the general rule of supply and demand. When something has a low supply, it's going to have high demand, and vice versa. This is what essentially creates the highest salaries. With technology being the future, the demand for tech-savvy jobs is only going to increase. A job that requires a person with a really specific skill set is what is going to be in high demand, because there aren't that many people that possess those really specific skills or that particular skill set. So the ones that do have it get paid the most money. Here are 10 jobs of exactly that description. Number 10 is a UX developer. UX is user experience, and the job is developing that using code. And it is absolutely vital to any app, website, or platform that people use. It determines how many people are going to be staying on that app, depending on the experience they have while using it. So with online businesses and businesses interacting with their consumers and customers, mainly through online these days, it becomes a more in-demand job being a UX developer. People want the best user experience so that people stay on that platform for longer periods of time, which then might probe them to buy more products or consume more products, whether that be through ads on YouTube, for example, or like a product, like a toaster or whatever on Amazon. It is sure to be one of the highest paying jobs in our technology-driven future, with user experience being key to business. Number 9 is a solar technician. Now, this isn't just limited to solar, it's any kind of renewable energy source technician. Everyone knows that renewable energy is going to become our number one main source of energy in the future, and so the industry is going to be inevitably scaled to an even bigger magnitude. Being a solar, hydro, turbine, or nuclear technician or engineer will mean your skill set will be so valuable and will be needed everywhere. It will be so important. And also the thing with being, a renewable source technician is that it's going to be future-proof. That's the main thing. Renewable energy is already the fastest growing energy source in the States, and soon enough it's going to be global. And it will definitely have jobs that have high salaries. Now, a robotics engineer. It's predicted that customer service is going to be 85% AI and just fully automated. And with AI and tech companies dominating the global consumer market, the robots are coming. And we humans are going to need people that know how to make them, and more importantly, how to operate and how to stop them. And to control these machines, you're going to be paid a hefty amount of money. Why? Because you need top level people to deal with machines that have so much intelligence and so much power. It's a job that again requires a huge amount of skill, and therefore the demand is going to be high. Now, next up is an esports coach. Now, you might be wondering what the hell is an esports coach, and so did I when I first came across it, but it's a very interesting one to put on the list. An esports coach is basically a coach that teaches people how to game, and it's all about, getting better at gaming. And 91% of kids in the US are gamers already. That's from ages 2 to 17. That is astonishing. That shows how interested and valuable the gaming industry already is, and it's going to be absolutely huge. There are already like Fortnite tournaments where the cash prizes are like upwards of £1 million. That is incredible. So that's the kind of audience it's already attracting, and that's only going to get bigger in the future. The cash prizes and the audience. So becoming an esports coach and teaching people how to game can be very financially satisfying in the future. Well, I think anyway. It's like a football club or any other sports club, but just with games. Industry already has a following, and it will have this huge following in the future. Who knows, we might have a gaming Olympics. And so young kids and young people are going to want to be gamers when they're older, want to do it as a job. Similar to how parents send their kids off to a football club and there's coaches there. The same thing might happen with esports. Parents will find a club where the kid that wants to grow up to be a professional gamer can go and practice at this and get coaching on this. So the parents will want to find an esports coach. You can even do this as a side hustle at first. If you're good at gaming, you can do this now and just start by teaching, I don't know, the friends that you smash at FIFA all the time, teach them how to play FIFA. You can already teach someone how to be better at gaming. Like maybe you have a younger sibling that, really wants to beat you, so you can teach them and ask them for their pocket money. Maybe even advertise at school that you are teaching people how to game, and maybe someone will call you or email you asking to get better or asking how to get better. You don't have to wait for the future. Future is now. Get on it. Start teaching people how to be better at gaming. be an esports coach. Next up, we've got cyber security. The security of our devices, laptops, smartphones, and the systems on those devices. As I said, with everything going online, the security of everything that is going online is going to increase, and the importance of it is going to increase. All important documents will most probably be sealed somewhere in the cloud, and you need people to take care of that and take care of the systems in place in order to keep them there. Cybersecurity is already a high earning job with salaries around £80,000 offered for some positions. I can't see a future without more cloud computing and more digitized documents and money. Both of them are eventually just going to be fully digitized. So obviously security of those kind of things is going to be absolutely huge in tandem with money, documents, and cloud computing. If you want to earn some dosh, then cybersecurity is a safe bet. Now, next up, Facebook Ad Manager. If you've done if you've done Shopify dropshipping or any kind of online business, then you know how important and hard it is to advertise and market online. And more importantly, you know how vital Facebook ads are. They're your main source of traffic for most people. And marketing online is only going to get more and more important and more popular. But the thing with Facebook ads is that it's not easy for your ads to be efficient. There are little details, patterns, and tweaks that can make a huge difference in profits. And most people won't want to learn these very minute details. So then they'll outsource the advertising and the marketing to an expert, aka you. If you can charge people on either commission or a flat fee, you can make a lot of money. Roughly £1,000 a month from one client. Mind you, that's one client. And the thing with Facebook ads is that the time you need to put in is all at the start. You can pretty much automate the whole thing once you just set it up in the beginning. So you can just chill afterwards. Again, this is something that can be started as a side hustle. You can get one client and build your way up and build more clients as you get better at managing Facebook ads, eventually becoming a full-time Facebook ad manager. Think about having like 12 clients a month, and most of that work is automated. That doesn't sound too shabby to me. If you are interested in learning about Facebook ads, I will leave a link to a free course. This is not by me, this is by Facebook. They just teach like the basics of Facebook ads. It's a free course that they provide. I'll leave a link to it down below if you're interested in learning about Facebook ads. A DevOps Engineer. DevOps basically combine software development, dev, and IT operations, ops. They merge the two together to speed up the development lifecycle of systems. It's a very techie job. It's like two of the techiest positions at a baby. It's obvious that it's going to be a high-paying job because, well, who wouldn't want to shorten the development cycle of an app or a website or a platform? Time is money. Any job that accelerates processes and saves time is a goldmine of a position. It's what all companies and organizations look for across the world. And it's what turns steady growth into exponential growth. That saving of time where you can just rapidly accelerate. Number 8 is to be a private psychologist. Now, I realize this is a bold shout, but it is just my opinion, and my opinion really means nothing. But the thing is, mental health is becoming more and more of an important thing in the world. Mental illness is the second largest source of burden of disease in England. I look way too happy saying that. I did not mean to smell that. It's more common and long-lasting than any other health condition. It's a big concern. And the numbers are only going to increase over the coming years. And we need psychologists in the future to counter these growing health conditions. More and more organizations, schools, hospitals are going to want psychologists. It's projected that the employment of psychologists will grow 14% from 2016 to 2026. That's faster than the average growth of any other occupation. That shows you how much psychologists are going to be needed in the future. Obviously, going private and having your own consulting practice is what is going to make you the most money. And I think psychologists getting paid more is something that is practically inevitable. The stats are there to back me up on the projection that psychologists are going to be more in demand in the near and far future. So they could be earning a lot more money than they are right now. Data analysts. Data is probably why you're watching this right now, because most of you are not subscribed and probably got it recommended to you and you're watching it. And you're watching it because the data backed it up to be a good video, therefore it got suggested to you. But anyway, that's just not what data analysts do. That's just an example of how data is everywhere. Everything these days requires data for it to be good or for it to be right. We look at previous data that we've collected to come to conclusions about the future. We're able to make so many projections of the future or for the future because of data. People are paid a lot to analyze and pick apart this data. For a lot of companies, data analysts are the people they go to see what the feedback is and where they can improve. When you go onto a website and you click the I agree button to the cookie policy, you're letting your data be transferred and calculated. And this is the kind of data that is analyzed by data analysts or data scientists and passed on for advertising and all sorts. That's just one form of data analyst. There's so many different kinds of data that people work with, but that's just an example. It's an essential position for any company that wants to grow and be the best in the future. But data analysts, some of who get over 100,000 anyway in today's world, are gonna get even more in the future, and not just due to inflation. Now, last but not least, social media influencer. This is already one of the highest paying jobs in the world, mostly down to the fact that it's a business and you are the product. The brand image and the brand identity is what's making the money. It's going to be the same in the future, and it's going to be a more popular career path. The younger generation, and maybe even our generation to a certain extent, have grown up looking up to celebrities and influencers. And because of how they portray their lives on social media, it's a desirable position for most kids to want to be in when they grow up. And you can't blame them. It looks like a perfect life most of the time. Of course, it isn't perfect, and it comes with a lot of social pressures and a lot of mental pressures, as does any kind of fame. Social media is not going to slow down anytime soon. 45% of the global population use social media. So it's not even halfway to its goal, which we all know is to have the whole world on social media. Knowing about this kind of stuff from a young age can prompt people to start building their brand and their profile very, very early on because, well, it's basically free. There's no barriers to entry. It's an opportunity that most youngsters are at least gonna have a go at once, and the successful ones will make a bucket load of cash. So that wraps up the best/highest paid jobs of the future/in the future. I've added some stats in there, just to spice things up and back up my claims of them being the highest paid jobs of the future. But if you enjoyed the video, then make sure to smash that like button. And when you're down there, you might as well just hit that subscribe button, because without hitting the subscribe button, you can't click the bell notification button. And we all want to do that, don't we? Also, if you have any criticism, or if I got something wrong, or if you have any suggestions, then please leave it down in the comment section down below. There are also some affiliate links down in the description below. Check them out. Some of them might be of interest to you. Other than that, thanks for watching, and in a bit.